Brought to you in part by Windsor Plywood in French Creek, specializing in hard-to-source interior and exterior home finishing products, including flooring, doors and moldings, and exterior project materials such as yellow cedar. Windsor Plywood French Creek carries high-quality, responsibly sourced products and are committed to providing outstanding value and personalized, one-on-one service to all of our customers. Homeowners, do-it-yourselfers, renovators, builders, designers, craftsmen and contractors. Regardless of the type or size of your project, Windsor can help you bring your vision to life from start to finish. Let Windsor Plywood in French Creek help you with your renovation, new build, or building project. Visit them online or call 752-3122.
Peter and his dog Gracie ran through fields so wide, with dreams in their pockets and stars as their guide. Every day's an adventure under the open sky. In their world of stories, time just flies by.
A snow day with Zeke and Debbie. Peter pressed his nose against the cold window, his warm breath making little clouds on the glass. Outside, soft white snowflakes danced through the air like tiny ballerinas, coating everything in a magical blanket of white. His fluffy white American Eskimo dog, Gracie, sat beside him, her tail thumping excitedly against the hardwood floor. "Mom, Mom," Peter called out, his 7-year-old voice bubbling with excitement. "It's snowing. Can Gracie and I go outside and play?" Peter's mom appeared in the doorway, already holding his winter coat, boots, and mittens. She knew her son well enough to anticipate that request. "Of course, sweetie, but remember to bundle up properly. It's pretty cold out there in February." Peter could barely contain his excitement as Mom helped him zip up his puffy blue winter coat and pull on his matching snow pants. Gracie watched him intently, her black eyes sparkling with anticipation. She knew what all this meant. Adventure time in Coombs. "Don't forget Gracie's booties," Mom reminded Peter, pointing to the small red dog boots by the door. "We don't want snow getting stuck between her toes again like last time." Peter nodded, remembering how uncomfortable Gracie had been when ice crystals formed between her paw pads during their last snowy adventure. He sat down on the floor next to his furry best friend, who patiently lifted each paw as he slipped on the protective boots. Gracie might not have needed them where her breed originated, but here in Coombs, it was better to be safe than sorry. "There you go, girl," Peter scratched behind Gracie's ears, earning a happy lick on his cheek. "Now we're both ready for snow adventures together." As soon as Mom opened the front door, Gracie bounded out into the winter wonderland, her white fur almost disappearing against the fresh snow. Peter followed closely behind, giggling as snowflakes landed on his nose and eyelashes. The cold air made his cheeks turn rosy red. Their front yard had transformed into an enchanted landscape overnight. The old oak tree wore a coat of sparkling white, and the bird bath looked like a towering ice castle. The garden gnomes peeked out from under their snowy hats, and the mailbox wore a fluffy white crown. Gracie pranced through the snow, leaving a trail of red booty prints behind her, while Peter started gathering snow for what he hoped would become the biggest snowman in all of Coombs. As he rolled the first snowball for the base, making sure it was perfectly round and firm, Peter heard excited barking coming from down the road. He looked up to see another white fluffy dog that looked just like Gracie, wearing bright green booties and bouncing through the snow with incredible enthusiasm. Behind the dog was a girl, about his age, wrapped up in a pink winter coat with matching earmuffs. "Hi there," the girl called out, waving as she and her dog approached through the snowy wonderland. "I'm Debbie, and this is Zeke. We just moved in down the road." "Is that an American Eskimo dog, too? We've never seen one in this neighborhood." Peter's face lit up with a bright smile. "Yeah, this is Gracie. I'm Peter. We never met another Eskie before either. How old is Zeke?" "He just turned 6, Debbie said, watching as their dogs circled around each other with growing excitement. "How about Gracie?" "She's 3, Peter said proudly. Mom says she's still playful like a puppy, though." Grace and Zeke were already becoming fast friends, tails wagging furiously as they sniffed and played. It was like they were long-lost siblings, finally reunited after years apart. They spoke the same secret dog language and happy barks. Want to help me build a snowman, Peter asked Debbie. Gracie and Zeke can be our supervisor dogs. They're really good at making sure we do everything right. Debbie laughed, already bending down to help roll the growing snowball. Supervisors? More like snowpervisors. Look at them watching us so carefully. The two children worked together in perfect harmony, rolling 3 perfectly round snowballs while their dogs frolicked nearby. Gracie and Zeke took turns diving into the snowbanks, coming out with their white fur covered in even more white powder, making them look like friendly snow ghosts. Their red and green booties left a crisscrossing pattern of colorful prints all across the yard. You know what's funny, Debbie said, as they lifted the middle section into place, both grunting with the effort. My mom says American Eskimo dogs were originally circus dogs in Germany. They used to perform all sorts of amazing tricks. Can you imagine Zeke in a little circus outfit? Peter's eyes widened with wonder. Really? Gracie, did you hear that? You could have been a circus star. Gracie responded by shaking off a bunch of snow, showering both children and ice crystals and making them shriek with delighted laughter. As they worked on their snowman, Peter and Debbie discovered they had a lot in common. They were both 7 years old, loved building with Lego, and had the same favorite flavor of ice cream, mint chocolate chip. They both enjoyed reading adventure stories, especially ones about dogs, and they both thought science class was the best part of school. But most importantly, they both loved their fluffy white dogs more than anything in the world. The snowman was coming along nicely. They had given him stick arms, carefully selected from under the oak tree, a perfectly shaped carrot nose from Peter's mom, and buttons made from smooth black stones they found in the garden. Peter's mom had contributed an old red and green striped scarf and a slightly worn but still fancy black top hat. But something was still missing. I know, her eyes lighting up with inspiration. We should make him an Eskie too. Every good snow person needs a snow dog companion just like us. She began gathering more snow to create a smaller snow dog to sit next to the snowman. Peter thought this was brilliant, and soon they were crafting a snowy version of their pets. They used small twigs for whiskers, stones for eyes, and even found some pine cones for perfectly pointed ears. They shaped the tail to be curled over the back, just like real American Eskimo dogs. Meanwhile, Gracie and Zeke had invented their own game. One would burrow into a snowdrift, creating a tunnel through the snow, and the other would have to find them by following their booty prints. The barks echoed through the winter air as they played their snowy version of hide and seek, occasionally popping up in unexpected places to surprise their young owners. As the afternoon went on, more neighborhood kids noticed the fun happening in Peter's yard. Soon there was a half a dozen children helping to build an entire snow family, complete with snow pets of all kinds. Some made snow cats, others made snow rabbits, and one child even made a snow hamster. Gracie and Zeke welcomed each new arrival with enthusiastic tail wags and playful bounces, proving themselves to be excellent hosts. The winter sun began to sink lower in the sky, painting the snow in beautiful shades of pink and orange. Parents started calling their children home for dinner, but Peter and Debbie begged for just 5 more minutes, several times before finally admitting they were getting cold and their fingers were starting to go numb despite their warm mittens. This was the best snow day ever, Peter said, as they put the finishing touches on their snow family. Do you want to come over tomorrow? Mom makes the best hot chocolate in the whole world, and she always puts extra marshmallows in it. Sometimes she even adds whipped cream and chocolate sprinkles. Really? That would be awesome, Debbie said, watching as Zeke and Gracie chased each other around the yard one last time. I think these two would be pretty upset if we didn't let them play together anyway. Look how happy they are. As if to prove their point, the dogs came bounding over, their red and green booties leaving colorful prints in the fresh snow. Gracie gently headbutted Peter's leg, while Zeke leaned against Debbie. Both dogs clearly not ready for the fun to end. Their white fur was slightly damp from playing, but their eyes were bright with joy. How about we meet here tomorrow morning, Peter said, brushing some snow off Gracie's back. We can build a snow fort next, and maybe we can teach Gracie and Zeke some circus tricks like their great-great-great-granddogs used to do. We could put on a whole show." "That's perfect," Debbie said, giving Zeke a loving pat. "Come on, boy. Time to go home and warm up. We'll see your new friends tomorrow, and maybe we can bring some dog treats to use for training." As Debbie and Zeke headed home, Peter and Gracie stood in their snowy yard, admiring their afternoon's work. The Snow family stood proud and tall, watching over the yard like friendly winter guardians. The Snow Eskies sat faithfully beside their snow people, their pine-cone ears pointed alertly toward the road. The setting sun made everything sparkle like diamonds. "What do you think, Gracie?" Peter asked his furry friend, wrapping his arms around her neck in a gentle hug. "Pretty good snow day, huh? We made new friends and everything." Gracie responded by pressing her cold nose against his cheek and wagging her tail, sending little puffs of snow flying from her fur. Her black eyes seemed to sparkle with joy and contentment, matching the happiness in Peter's heart. Just then, Mom appeared at the front door, the warm light from inside creating a cozy glow. "Peter, Gracie, time to come in. I've got hot chocolate waiting, and there's a warm doggy treat for our snow princess. You both must be freezing after playing out here so long." Peter gave one last look at their winter wonderland before heading inside with Gracie. As Mom helped him remove his snow-covered clothes and Gracie's damp booties, he couldn't stop talking about their new friends and all the fun they'd had. The words tumbled out in an excited rush as he described every detail of their magnificent snow family. "Can Debbie and Zeke really come over tomorrow?" he asked hopefully, his eyes shining. "Please, Mom. We want to build a snow fort and teach the dogs circus tricks. Maybe we can even make costumes for them." Mom smiled as she handed Peter a steaming mug of hot chocolate, topped with a mountain of tiny marshmallows, whipped cream, and a sprinkle of cocoa powder. "Of course they can, sweetie. It's wonderful that you've made such good friends, both you and Gracie. Maybe we can make some special treats for the dogs, too." That night, as Peter lay in bed with Gracie curled up at his feet, her warm presence comforting and familiar, he thought about what an amazing day it had been. He made a new friend, learned that his dog came from circus performers, and built the best snow family in all of Coombs. Outside his window, fresh snowflakes continued to fall, promising more adventures to come. Peter reached down to scratch Gracie's ears just the way she liked. "Tomorrow's going to be even better, girl. Just wait and see. We'll make you and Zeke into the greatest circus dogs ever." Gracie lifted her head and gave a soft, sleepy woof in agreement before settling back down, her furry body providing extra warmth under those cozy blankets. And the sound of her gentle breathing soon joined the quiet whisper of falling snow outside, creating a perfect lullaby for a tired boy and his beloved dog. As Peter drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of Gracie and Zeke performing in a magnificent circus made entirely of snow, jumping through hoops of sparkling icicles and balancing on balls of perfectly packed snow, while wearing tiny top hats. In his dream, he and Debbie were the ringmasters, wearing matching red and gold coats as they announced each amazing trick to the crowd of cheering snow people. The next morning would bring new adventures, but for now, Peter and Gracie were content to rest, their hearts full of the joy that only a perfect snow day with good friends could bring, and the promise of tomorrow's play. In Coombs, where winter painted everything in shades of white and wonder, a special friendship had begun, not just between two children, but between two dogs, who shared more than just their fluffy white coats. They shared a love of snow, a joy for play, and now a wonderful new friendship that would last through many more snowy days to come. As the night grew deeper and the snow continued to fall, the Snow family in the front yard stood watch under the stars, their smiles never fading. The Snow Eskies kept their eternal vigil, their pine cone ears alert for any nighttime adventures, while the real Gracie and Zeke dreamed in their homes of tomorrow's playdate, their red and green booties waiting by their respective doors for another day of snowy fun.
Peter and Gracie, the finest of friends, with tales of wonder that never end. In the pages of books or stars up above, they find their magic in laughter and love.
Brought to you in part by Windsor Plywood in French Creek, specializing in hard-to-source interior and exterior home finishing products, including flooring, doors and moldings, and exterior project materials such as yellow cedar. Windsor Plywood French Creek carries high-quality, responsibly sourced products and are committed to providing outstanding value and personalized, one-on-one service to all of our customers, homeowners, do-it-yourselfers, renovators, builders, designers, craftsmen, and contractors. Regardless of the type or size of your project, Windsor can help you bring your vision to life from start to finish. Let Windsor Plywood in French Creek help you with your renovation, new build, or building project. Visit them online or call 752-3122